Howdy, everybody. I messed up last night. I started this game, first time playing, and I thought I was live. And then a couple hours after I thought I broadcast. It wasn't on there. So before I get started, I'm going to just see if I can make sure I'm broadcasting right now. I don't know why it was having me not. Um, let's see. Um, so bear with me. This is definitely a different, unique game. I recommend going and checking it out. Am I not broadcasting? It says broadcasting. Um, it's not showing up on my thing. Why? Why? Oh, why? Because I would really like to just not have to go through what I played. I want to kind of just continue where I left off. Hmm. Let me bust out the laptop. I can't seem to get it on my phone. If someone is in here, say hi. That way I know I'm broadcasting. Alright. Now, okay. Let's. It's showing live. Um, Man, that sucks that yesterday's episode didn't show. Alright. I'm going to create a new folder for this. What is the date? The 8th. hell? Okay, let's save that. And then, just to make sure, let's go and actually make sure the video is on there. So, okay. View in live control room. I have never actually used this control room before. We recommend that you use a stream bitrate. Doesn't really make a lot of sense. But why is it on the live my face isn't showing it? Let me get out of this. See if that helps. Okay. See if I can hear myself. Yep. A little delayed. Okay. Alright. I am broadcasting. Alright. Now, I don't really think I can do anything from here. So I'm just gonna put this right over here. Alright. So, Stanley Parable. It's one of the free games for January 2025. Um, this game, it caught my interest. So if you're anything like me and you like unique games, I mean, yeah, shooter games are okay, but I like RPGs, I like story, all that kind of stuff. Um, this is something a little bit different from that. Um, I think this game came out, I want to say 10 years ago. And this is actually the deluxe edition, which is what you get for free. So it's updated, I think, as of 2022. Um, but yeah, this uh, I think they did a really good job by adding the narrator, which you guys will hear the narrator. Without him, it wouldn't be as funny. But so this is a um, so far from what I can tell, this narrator is trying to get you to he narrates and he's like, "Hey," and he goes in the door on the left. Well, it seems like he's trying to get you to go where he's narrating the story. Um, so yesterday, and I've always been like this, but uh, I like to explore everything first before I go to the right way that I'm supposed to go. So I just kept doing the opposite of what he wanted me to do. Now, it took some twists and turns, which I'm going to go ahead and try to get through that as quickly as possible. With him talking, it's going to be hard for me to talk over him, but I'm going to just go through the opposite way and try to do that as fast as possible because I did that yesterday. Um, but you'll see, he'd be like, I'm gonna do the opposite of what he tells me to do. Um, Up until like sort of the end, the one part I didn't see what was the opposite it does, which I want to know, um, is when I get to the telephone. He says, you know, and you answer the telephone or whatever. Well, I go over to the plug that the telephone's plugged into the wall, and I pull the plug out. And he's like, no, 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 no. Um, and he then says, all right, let's restart the game. So he restarts the game. Um, now, that was the kind of unique part about it is every time he would restart it, you don't know if he's restarting it. It's not like he's actually restarting it. You think he's restarting it, and then it's just a different path, if that makes sense. So I definitely recommend going in and checking it out. Um, and if you guys have played this game and, you know, let me know what you think. So when I started yesterday, it had me enter the time. Um, and right before I got to this screen here, it had me enter the time again. It didn't really have a save or anything yesterday, so this screen is different. It's not the loading screen. So I don't know really uh, if this is the game messing with me again. But now he's saying, hang on, and I have to hit X. So I figured I'd jump in right now and um, start playing from this point just so you guys can see it. So, uh, oh, and with that being said, hey, guys, please like and subscribe and hit me with some comments. I haven't had too many comments on my videos, but I got a lot of content on here. Go and check it out. From music I made to like alien encounter experience to, you know, tips for Door Dashers and other video game stuff. So, you know, go in there, help my channel grow. I would really appreciate it. With that being said, let's go ahead and press X. Now, I named this narrator. He sounds like either like a Nigel or a Reginald because he's British. So, anyway, before we get started, can I just say something? Thank you for actually setting the clock both times you booted up the game. See, this is what I'm talking about. Like, this is something that games don't do. I entered the time last time, and I entered the time this time. You guys didn't see that, but a lot of people don't take the time or take that step seriously. They just leave the clock set at 12 o'clock and they call it a day. I've never actually considered doing that. Do you guys do that? Let me know in the comments. I usually just put the real time because I figured that that is what saves. Like, so, oh, I played it. I remember I played last night at like around 10 o'clock. Well, if the save says 10 a.m. or 11, you know, I don't know. I've just always done it. But you're actually taking time to set the clock, and I appreciate that. Okay, so that makes me wonder because I wanted to just do the opposite of everything that he does or he tells me. So that's another question maybe you guys might know. What happens if you don't set the clock both times? That's how I know that you care about this experience. You're paying attention. Come on now, Reginald. I played last night and I was not listening to a damn thing you said. I was doing the opposite. I don't even have any way of knowing if the times you're setting are correct. I mean, internet access, buddy. Come on. Give it the times, Reginald. Tell you what, I'll make you a deal. Since you've been so cooperative, next time you boot up the game and see this screen, just set the clock to your favorite time. Alright, guys, this is where I'm going to need you guys to comment and let me know. If you played this game, I don't want to have to. I mean, you know, I'm probably going to play this game again, but what happens? Let me know. Go ahead, pick whichever time you want. Even if it's not the correct time, you earned it. Alright, I'll let you get back to the video game now. So, I mean, seriously, that's kind of unique, right? I mean, like he said, he wouldn't know if I was telling the truth. So I could put the real time and it could be a made up time. It makes me wonder because, like, if you guys remember those old video games, you know, entering the right stuff, or, you know, maybe if I put in a specific time, maybe something special happens. I don't know. If any of you guys know, let me know. Either jump in here and talk to me or leave me a comment. Alright, I can't see what that says because my body is blocking it. And it won't make it go away. I can't lean out of the way enough. Alright, let's just begin the game. It might continue me where I left off, but where I left off was after he restarted
This
the
is
game.
the story of a man named Stanley.
Okay. Alright, maybe I'll be able
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427.
Doesn't he sound like a
Employee
Reginald?
number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company
thinking it really
had this
restarted
happened,
because
this complete isolation.
whenever he would
Something
restart
was
it,
very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
And so it begins. So, like I said, when you don't do what he wants, he throws a little hissy fit. And honestly, he doesn't really give you a lot of time to think about it. Eventually, he'll just be like, "All right, I'll just restart the game." Like there's this one point, and maybe you guys can let me know, but he's like, "Just speak into the intercom. The password that you already know is Night Shark, something, something, something." And I went over to the intercom, you couldn't interact with it, so I didn't know what to do. And eventually he's like, "Alright, I'm just gonna restart it." And so this game, like, it's like if you make the wrong choice to his narrative, it messes the world up. So it kind of combines different levels and stuff into the world, so it just everything's all messed up. So I don't know if that's good or if it gets you to some different point, but it just seems like he kept trying to restart me. But yeah, so there's nothing really to search anywhere here.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
This was the only computer I somehow turned off last time. And I didn't even mean to, I just did. So I'm gonna go ahead and do it again. Alright. And maybe any computer I see on, I probably just need to turn off if I can access it. But yeah, I'm gonna go through. Alright, this is the room where you keep going back to.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
He entered the door on his left. Well, I gotta show these people what the door on the right does first.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Just trying to see.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room.
One vending machine.
Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
You ain't even got no vanilla Coke. So the typewriter sounds.
Really worth it being here in the room.
If you wait here.
A room so utterly captivating that even though all your but eager to get back to business,
as you cross
Stanley
that
took
threshold.
the first open door on his left.
All right. So last night after I went that way, which is the way he doesn't want you to go. This way he makes it seem like. So the door on the left is what you wanted to go to. On the other side of that little doorway right there, it's just like a detour, he says. So I went this way before I went to the door on the left. But then that little area right there, that's an elevator going down. And that's when things got weird. You find this giant room with all these television screens stacked on each other that say a number, and those are all the office numbers. So it's like a camera in each one of the rooms. But anyway, so I just want to show you guys what happens.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Now, I accidentally found this out only by reading this, and I was just going over here to look at the edge, and I fell off to my death. So there is definitely no border or boundaries. You can definitely fall off and die. So you go across here, you go across there, go in the back room, and you go answer the phone. If you unplug the phone, you have to come back, and then this thing has guardrails on it when you come back. Now it doesn't.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here.
Oh, wait.
I'm not
an idea.
Your enemy. Really, I'm not.
I wonder if I can fall and
realize that
land on...
investing your trust in someone else can
I
be
probably
difficult,
can't.
but the fact is that the story has
never
been
tried
about
it.
nothing but you all this time.
I think I'm going to try.
There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you forgot. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it.
I didn't try this
prove
yesterday.
That I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
I never even thought about this. But I saw that door open just now. Danger everywhere. Alright. Yes, I took a detour off of what I was going to show you, but... I just had to know, you know? I just had to know. So anytime you hear the typewriter sound, that just means nothing. If you hear a door, that means you're interacting. And when the door shuts behind you, that means obviously you can't go back. And it's like
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Oh, Reginald, you're gonna hate me, buddy. I'm just not gonna do what you tell me to do. And my controller just fell on the ground. Alright. Alright. I mean, this guy throws a fit, this narrator. These doors have key cards, so it makes me wonder if there's a key card somewhere. Okay, both ways look the same. Nope. Sorry, Reginald.
Perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door.
Nope. You walked through the blue door. Oh, he actually let me...
I still don't think we're communicating properly.
Oh my gosh.
Stanley walked through the red door.
Red. Well, then when you You put the blue door behind me. See, oh my gosh, this is why this game's unique. He changes the room. Oh, and that reminds me, I stopped because I got to a point where those first two doors that were not colored, there was like he goes through the red or the left door. He took me back to that spot, and then he put two doors on each side of the wall that opened up, and that's when I stopped. I was like, what? What door? Nope, going through the blue
All
door.
right, fine. Go ahead, Stanley. You want to
Oh,
know so badly what's out there? You want to find
yeah,
out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you.
that's right. I mean, I'm in control of it. He keeps referring to like me being a real person, and Stanley wasn't, and obviously isn't, but um, kind of reminds me of like the back rooms. But when the narrator got pissed off and restarted the game, he made it seem like he killed me because he basically put me above that first room with the left door and the right door. And you look down, you're like seeing from the lights, you see Stanley standing there, and then the narrator pleading with Stanley to get Stanley to do him what he wants, not saying anything that he said to me previously. So I thought that was kind of interesting. And then it restarted the game again after that.
You see? There's nothing here. I
Oh,
haven't
is that
even
why
finished
you
building this section of the map because you were
closed the
never
door?
supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you? Do you not
Well,
think I put a lot of time
there's
into
a
that?
door or a
Because I
platform
did.
over there.
And in the
And
end,
there's
it
a
was
door
all for
behind you.
nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what. Let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead
That
of where we were
original,
before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
the original room. And he replaced the lights here with office space, ceiling light. Okay, so these are like the textures he was just talking about. Yeah, but that one time I came in this room, there's two doors here, two doors there, two doors there. I mean, I gotta go in this room, right? Now, I didn't read or something, I think, when I downloaded the game that this is a updated version of the originals, and there might be like expanded areas.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here.
I like it. Is this that one room? No. Um, I assume the higher the number, the better.
Aha! You see, I knew I was onto something. Where do these flashes of inspiration come from? How did I know the game needed a third door? Well, it's instinct mostly, a calling in your gut. I really couldn't say where the idea came from, except that I felt it in my soul. You can't teach that, Stanley.
I
Don't
felt it
even
in my
try.
soul.
Here,
I can't
based
even
on the
sound like
data
him.
from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid,
What?
I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
What? What? Uh, is this real? Did you know that 21.3% of players skip the intro sequence? Only the worst 3%. Stanley. That's the character you're playing. And it took him. Oh, is that me? Okay. Did you know that? Okay. Only the worst 3% of players choose the blue door. How long does it take you to get the correct door? I haven't gotten the correct door yet. That's probably why my time is 7 hours. See, and I mean, they make it seem like okay, those numbers just keep going up. So I don't think that was right. 98.9% of players are more attractive than Stanley. Uh, I mean, this could be all just nonsense and doesn't mean anything. Or maybe that's what they want is you to pick the wrong answers in order to actually do the right answers. I don't know. All right, let's try this again.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please.
I'm just gonna hit 3. Makes me wonder if it's some sort of code, you know? How
Hey,
many
I nearly
times did you do
forgot. I've
this?
got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting.
What?
You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up. In this game, the baby crawls
What?
left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But
I
of
think the
course, the
baby's gonna
message
make
of
it
the
in the
game
fire.
only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
Oh no, somebody save that kid!
You heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me? Because if it's the latter, well,
Just
I
to
don't know what
spite
to do.
you.
I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm
I
not even going to try. I'm
I'm just
out. I'm out. I'm done.
I'm just trying to do
It's
the
over.
opposite of what
Thank
you
you
want me
for
to do,
playing.
buddy.
Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game, just to ease the pain? Let's see. What do we have here?
That'd be
Yes,
interesting if I
this
played
seems
another
like it'll
game.
work. Let's give it a shot.
See guys, this game it's
Aha!
is
Fascinating.
this
What do you think this game is about, Stanley? What's our backstory?
I
What
can't
is our
remember
motivation?
the name of it. Like the
Well, it seems
Watchtower or
obvious to
something?
me that you are meant to play as a creepy man,
Maybe.
spying on innocent civilians below you from up high in your creep tower, perhaps for some sort of twisted erotic purpose. Yes, that must be it. What a fascinating venture into the experience of total mental depravity. So far, I love everything about this game, Stanley.
Oh,
And
I
it
remember
seems there's
making
even
those when I
more.
was a kid.
Come, let's
The
venture outward and
like
see what
Diamond
else is
S's.
out there.
I wish I could read that. Can't see it. It's pretty cool though. I'm playing Cookbook, and that's so hard to see. Maybe because I'm kind of far away from the TV. Space Puffs. All right. President. First Aid. This kind of looks like a few games. I mean, this guy does get impatient. Like, if you don't do something fast enough, he'll keep talking or... Truck Alaska. Alright. I don't think there's a sprint, which sucks. Pretty much figured, but had to go check it out. I check stuff out for you guys, you know, so you don't have to.
Oh, no. No, it can't be.
What?
It is. It's an open world game. Good God, quickly, block it off. Oh, thank goodness, Stanley. What a close call.
I kind of got excited
wandered
almost.
off into that thing,
like
that big open, just wandering around, no right or wrong directions, no path to follow. You can just go in any... Oh, thank heavens we avoided it.
This guy's like very much...
now, Stanley.
He would not make a good
I'm
dungeon
going to get
master.
us out of here. Let's find another game. Preferably something with walls. Something with nice, big, insurmountable walls.
He just wants you to follow his script.
I think this will be just the thing.
But maybe that's what breaks him, is by you defying what he wants you to do.
Wonderful. See, this is exactly what I had in mind.
This Rocket League?
Just a nice big box for you to run around in.
It is.
There isn't any possibility that you could get lost here. Now,
am I going to get ran over by
game design.
cars?
Stanley, if you manage to get lost in this game, I will be phenomenally impressed.
Maybe there's a way to get lost.
Okay, so what exactly do we do here? Let's see. There are lots of cars here in the back, but obviously there's no racetrack. Okay, I'm seeing that there's a ball of some kind back here. Is this game sports ball? Stanley, I think it's sports ball. Oh, what fun. We shall run the bases and do a touchdown together? Yes, I think surely we must. Okay, Stanley, here's the ball. Have fun.
I wish I could run or sprint or something. Why does it seem like I'm going faster?
Hold on.
Oh,
what are you doing?
Stanley, don't do that. I can't follow you there. I can't help you. How will you write a story without me? You can't do it. You know that. Stanley, come back.
Alright, this game is definitely unique. Taking me on several different paths. I wonder if the guys that made Rocket League made this game. I mean, in a way, it's kind of the Backrooms-esque type of feel. Oh man, I didn't even see that. What is going on? What is going on right now? I didn't even know the floor was gone. There's an open door there. No number door means... Or, yeah, no number. And now it just looks totally different. Okay. There's an open door that way. Looks like that goes right back to that room right there. And then over there somewhere. And this. There's one way to go. That's probably the way, so let's go check out this first. Hmm. Oh, okay, so that leads to the same spot. So where does this lead? Is there a floor there? I can't see. I can't see. Okay. Nothing. Alright, well, all roads led to here. And it kind of seems like I'm going backwards from when the game originally started. We got light! Okay. Looks like one of the offices. .427, that's Stanley's office. So this is my office. A two-way mirror situation. Man, dude, this game has got me confused. Like, I dig it, but can I not do anything? I mean, this is the only place to go. That room has a different light fixture. I don't know if that matters. Does it still say 4 o'clock? I can't see those. Looks like it says like 12:43 or something. I wonder if I enter that time, if it would, at the beginning, if it would matter. So does it just want me to like go backwards? Okay. Okay.
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it, down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it.
What
He'll
heavy
understand
cost?
soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes.
That's
Yes,
what's
I'll be
making fun.
back. There's no
That's
other
what's making
way.
this game fun.
Once this
All right?
ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait.
Yeah. Yeah, load me up, buddy. Load me up. Alright. Back at the beginning. What I think is interesting, you can't interact with that. It doesn't make any sounds, but you can just do it any other time you want. So my thoughts are, okay, so that says the same time it said. The only thing that moves is the second hand. Like maybe there's like a code. Oh, you can interact with the keyboard. Oh, now it's making the sounds. What the hell? Doesn't make any sense. And he's not talking, so it doesn't. I don't know if he actually restarted the game or fake restarted the game. So we gotta
All
go
of his co-workers were gone. What
test
could it
that
mean?
theory.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay. New content. Oh man. Well, I mean, I might as well. I unlocked it, right?
Oh, new content? What does that mean, new content?
Oh. Oh. Normally, at least me, I don't explore the new content until I like play or get through the game generally. And maybe this is what I read is the update. They added new content. Here we go. Okay. I don't even know what the main game's about, and I'm already out here.
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers. After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over. Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content.
The rail went off that way, too. Alright, guys. This is a way to see the new content, I guess. But the fact that I haven't played this game the right way, I don't think, has got me really confused. Like, I don't know. Alright. So here's what I surmised from what this game's about. Like, I don't know the premise, the goal. The goal, I'm assuming, is to do what the narrator Reginald is what I'm calling him, is wanting me to do. But I wonder if a lot of other gamers are like me and just want to be defiant and do the opposite, and that's probably why they did it this way, is because a lot of players thought I lost something. A lot of players just do the opposite of what the narrator wants them to do. A lot of people, though, I've noticed that, and let me know if you've noticed that too, but a lot of people, and I've noticed this because me being a DM, like, some people can't, they need a path to follow. Like, they can't come up with their own ideas or their own thoughts and or anything like that. When it comes to certain games, like, they don't, like, their mind automatically does what the narrator does. He can't imagine an open world. Like, some people's minds won't let them, they just automatically get put in a box. I don't know if you guys have ever noticed that, but you can know, like, someone that is good at video games will generally have like a broader sense, and you can see how they play video games as well. Like if they're like if for me, like I like to check as much as I can before I advance the game. So, you know, checking all the nooks and crannies and interacting with things. You know, one of my favorite streamers, Mad Vlad, of the Outer Middle Show, I love watching that guy, and he's really kind of what gave me the inspiration to, you know, start my own channel. So Mad Vlad, if you watch this, hit me up sometime. But he frustrates me sometimes. He's funny as hell, but he walks right past obvious items that I wouldn't walk past. Like, oh, you just walked past like some bullets or a gun or a weapon or a clue. But that's probably what, you know, gives him the advantage for content is if he does what I do right now, like I'm sitting here talking to you guys, and just if he just had all those delays, he probably wouldn't be as successful. That's probably why I only have 42 subscribers. So if you guys are watching, please subscribe. But maybe that's what gives him a little bit of a leg up in that respect, because there's a lot of people out there that, you know, don't do those things, and so they don't even think to look at it, and it makes the gameplay a little bit faster, I guess you could say. I don't know. Let me know your guys' thoughts. And let's keep going with this.
Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure.
Okay.
Is it broken? What's going on here? Should we be moving somewhere or... Oh, there we go. All right, finally,
okay,
at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it.
Nigel, optimistic about this. This guy is so rigid, wanting you to
I have to say,
stick
initial
to a path.
impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if them... Oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley.
All right. Okay. Just calm down, Reginald. The jump circle. Can't jump.
All right. All right, let's see. It's the jump circle.
You can't jump. And
Is that it? Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right?
you can't even jump. Oh, now you can? The interact button. Trying to jump as fast as possible. I wonder if I would have went in there and left with all the jumps left, if I would have still had jump like right now.
Goodness, another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content? If this is new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could count to 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And if... Oh, wait. There's more. Very good. Yes. I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is.
This narrator definitely talks a lot, and he fills the space, so it makes it hard for me to talk. But you guys can see from what I was saying earlier, I think it definitely, without him, you definitely needed the narrator. I wonder if the original, if you guys played the original, let me know if this narrator's here or if he talks as much, or yeah, let me know. It's a weird place to put a chair. Alright. Are you gonna shut? Yep.
That's it? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's trophies, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test trophy, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable. It's my fault, Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me,
honestly,
why don't we just reset the game, and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills, no gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together like always. What do you say, friend?
You didn't give me a choice. In some games, extra content isn't good. Okay, I'm back in the office, but this is different. Okay. Yeah, I mean, sometimes extra content sucks. I mean, at least that was interesting on where it's put in, and then they gave me a jump feature for a second. A picture of what it's supposed to look like when you leave your office. The hell's that? I think that opened.
Stanley, come over here. In the vent. I want to show you something.
You know, I'm not gonna go. What does that say? Sunset? Oh, yeah. This is a smoker corner right here.
Oh, you don't want to see the cool surprise I made for you? Well, fine. You're a dork anyway, so who cares?
Whoa. Whoa, buddy. I mean, you know. The time has changed, so now it's like 4:21. Yeah, but if I go over that way, it's what he wants me to do, so of course I'm not going to do that. Hey, the 420 room. And here's that computer. Turn that computer off. I don't know what it does, but let's just do it. I wonder what is over there. He was trying to lead me to. The new content door shut. Do I go over there? Because this is starting to look the same.
Oh, never mind. You're not a dog.
That's a wrench. Oh, it was a key. Coffee nut? Oh, no. I mean, my instincts are to just do everything the opposite of what he wants me to do. This is putting me back in the offices. That is going to drop me in a hole. This way, closed off new content. I don't know. And here's that original room.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
No, he didn't. And where's my third door at? You promised
This
to
was
leave
not
there.
the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Okay, so did the game reset? I mean, it didn't seem like it because you wanted me to go the other way, and I didn't do it.
Wow. Yes, this room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Nope. Well, I can't go back, so I might as well stick to the...
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Okay, no guardrails. So that leads you over to the bonus content. Alright. So just so you guys can see, let's just go show you what I found
Look,
yesterday.
Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong
the
foot
phone.
here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about.
Yeah.
Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
Oh yeah, her. Who the hell's her? And, I don't know any hers. And,
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself.
So,
to put your work aside.
when you don't answer the
to
phone...
let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
He says, oh, no, you're supposed to answer the phone and a bright light hits you or something and then you beat the game. I don't think that's what happens, but that's what we're about to find out. I unplugged the phone every time and he freaked out and he restarted the game. So let's see if that changes anything. But yeah, you guys know where to get the bonus content now. On that movable bridge, you fall off that platform onto the other one. And that's how you can initiate it. Okay, so the phone's in here. Yep.
That's her, Stanley.
And I would
you need
pull
to be
that
the one
plug
to
out.
do this, to reach out to her.
I would pull the
if
plug
you can
out.
truly place your faith in another,
would go out of
then
whack.
pick up the phone.
I'm seeing what happens because I gotta know. Gotta know.
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting.
Another
I'm
aspect
just pulling the
to
bread
the
out of the
game.
oven. All right.
427
Okay,
is
there
the
we
office
go.
number.
All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about
your damn
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley.
Whoa,
I'm trying to get
Nigel.
you to see something.
Call
Come
me a dork?
inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
That sounds kind of like me. A dork can't get no woman. Oh, that's sad. That's real sad.
Sorry, but you're in my story now.
That kind of freaked me out a little bit. putting that damn door there, or the wall. Alright. Alright. Alright, Reginald. I go in here, there better be some boobies, alright? I answered your phone. So, well, I guess there are some boobies, just some
This is a very sad
really bad
story
boobies.
about the death of a man named Stanley.
What? Good morning, employee 427. Press square on your controller. I don't want to. I'm purposely trying to do the opposite of everything he tells me to do, or wants me to do. Hey, who in the world would put a chair right in the doorway there? Huh? Was that your idea? Why are you walking around here with no clothes on? We got a window right here. You know? All the neighbors could see in. You know? You turn around at least. Make me some Hot Pockets. Something. Why would you put that chair right there? Huh? I just want to go to sleep. Okay? Alright. I'll press square, okay?
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
So what is this gonna be? Is this, see, this makes me think too, like, this could be a clue. He just said how boring he is and every button he presses, so it's like, this game just asks you to egg it on and, like, do the opposite. But I can't press anything else. I've tried. I can only crouch.
Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
It's just how life is. Okay, can't
But in
press
his
anything
mind,
else.
in his mind he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful. And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
All right, I got 2 views so far. One being myself, but nobody's talked to me yet. How about we change that? How about we get somebody come in here and say something? You know, give me a shout. Hit that subscribe button, something. I'm just looking at the stream here real quick. Let's see what time it is. 7:30. Looks like I had one of my friends, gonna join or come talk to me on here. I kind of want to see how it works. I've never had anyone talk to me on live before. Well, they sent me a message 30 minutes ago, so that they may not. But I think I have my thing set up to where the thing speaks whenever you guys talk. So yeah, I mean, the only reason I'm doing a live is because for PlayStation, and maybe you guys know, with I just have a crappy computer, a Chromebook. It doesn't support the OBS software, so the only way that I can show my wonderful face is by doing a live. So that means I either do a live on YouTube or I stream on Twitch. I haven't done much with Twitch. I feel like for video game stuff that might be a good way to get more people, maybe get them to come over here. But I do have a Twitch channel. I just haven't used it really. I've used my TikTok. And see, the only reason I even got TikTok a couple of months ago was just because someone suggested to get it, and maybe that will help promote my YouTube channel. So it's the only reason I got it. I mean, so there's some different stuff over there, but a lot of it is trying to get people to come over to the YouTube channel. So
hello, smiling face with smiling eyes.
I heard that. It said, hello, smiling face with smiling eyes. All right, I got a chat. First chat. Thank you, Maria. Appreciate it. Say something again. I dare you. Oh my gosh, Maria, this game is just nuts. You're gonna have to go back and rewatch this, because, like, oh man. Oh, Maria, I would like you to introduce you to my wife. Her name is Isabella. She's a nudist. She's European. Don't mind her. Okay. You know, she's bored. You know, obviously she puts chairs in doorways because she doesn't like me sleeping in the bed. So, you know. But yes, and she's European, okay?
Lol.
So, but no, this game is crazy. So, it's like a decision game, but this narrator that you probably haven't heard yet, he's constantly talking. And it seems like he wants you to follow his path. So like the first choice you get is like, he says, "Oh, I want you to go into the left door." And so I've been doing everything the opposite of what he wants me to do. So I keep going in the right door, and I keep going on the wrong way. And it's like, then the narrator gets mad, and it seems like he restarts the game, but he doesn't really restart the game. The game never really restarts. It's crazy. It seems like it. So the choices you make, I don't know. I don't know I don't know if I'm supposed to be following what he wants me to do, or if I'm supposed to not listen to him. So I don't know. I'm on a different path right now. I haven't listened to him, and that's where I'm at right now. I answered a phone. The first time I played, I just unplugged the phone, and he got mad. He'd be like, "No, no, no." And then he restarts the game. But he doesn't really restart it. And somehow I just found the secret.
Try it both ways and see what happens.
I know I was gonna try it both ways, but I keep finding more stuff on the negative ways. I haven't even gone on the way he wants me to go yet. So I just found the bonus content too. Like I was taking a lift across, and I'm like, hey, I wonder if I just fall off of the lift and land on the skinny catwalk. And I did that, and it took me over to find the special bonus content. So this game game is just nuts. So right now, he just wants me to do what he says right now, and I can't do anything else. Like, I'm pressing all the other buttons, can't. So he just wants me to press the right button.
And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
Okay, that's what really happened. Now, doesn't he sound like a Nigel or a Reginald? I'm gonna call him Reginald because he sounds like a Reginald. No.
So he went further. He imagined that he came to 2 open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
So he's basically explaining what's happened so far, kind of. So the first choice you get is you got to go left or you go right. And he wants you to go left, but I kept going right, and I kept finding more different ways. I'm still doing that.
As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable.
Okay. If you're watching, you just now, you probably didn't see that. All right, this game is got me confused. It's blowing my mind because I could have gotten to this part last night. I kept not answering the phone. When you answer the phone, you come here. I kept unplugging it, and he kept restarting the game. And so I didn't find the bonus content yet. I just found the bonus content. And you played a bonus game. Oh, and yeah, go back and watch if you guys haven't watched too. Afterwards, he's like, fine, if you don't like my game, then you can play another game. And he puts you in the tower overlooking the forest. I think the game, it's actually a game. I think it's called the Watchtower or something. It might be in other games too. And then since that was an open world, he freaked out and he goes, no. And he put brick walls around you so you couldn't go. And then he's like, fine, I would rather play a game that has walls. And then he drops you in on the middle of the Rocket League field. Like Rocket League, the game. And then he wanted me to go over and play with the ball that you use. You know, you use your cars and you ram the ball and try to score a soccer goal. So I didn't do that. I've been doing the opposite. I ran over to the neon red goal, and I didn't even notice, but when you go into the goal area, the floor's gone, and I just fell. And that's how you find, like, the bonus content. And then maybe they did it at first, but he made you play a game where you had to hit the button to prevent the baby. It was crawling towards the fire, and I'm just doing the opposite of what he wants me to do, but I didn't hit the button, and the baby crawled in the fire. But he just mentioned that. So I'm wondering if he would have even mentioned that if I would have found this last night, because I didn't find that until today. If you guys know, let me know, because I don't know. Oh, I got kids now? Alright. Reginald was like, telling me I'm a dork, and I can't get no woman. Which is kind of creepy, because, you know, I am a dork. And, yeah. Let's just leave that up in the air. can't do anything else.
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be?
My girlfriend
Perhaps he
is a
played
mannequin.
just one more time.
Name Isabella. Alright. Hey, wait. I thought you said... He told me before I walked in this door, I can't get no woman. I have to play his stupid
But there
game.
is no answer. How could there possibly be? In
Back in the
reality,
office.
all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one.
I mean, I can't go anywhere.
And
so
I'm
might as
trying
well.
to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop.
I mean...
Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
Okay, so do I just do the opposite of what he tells me? I'm gonna do it. Just press the button.
Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
That's just work, buddy.
I suppose I can't. Not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again.
Are there still people in here?
Stanley pushed a button.
Please die. What?
And I tried again. And Stanley pushed a button.
I'm gonna look at the laptop. He restarted the game again, didn't he? Yep. See, this is what I'm talking about. This is... Okay. Now the outside of the room is different. It's still in the bonus content looking phase. Back in the office. Computer's on. Are you still in here, Maria?
Yes.
Oh, yes, I heard you. I have my laptop on because yesterday I told you I played this and I don't know, it's not showing on the broadcast, which sucks because this game kind of... I wish you guys could have saw the gameplay last night and then you would make more sense because I'm starting to get confused right now. I don't know, I'm kind of digging this game though because of that aspect. It's totally different than any other game that I played. Are you getting tired, Maria? Are you going to fall asleep early again? Do you got to take your boy to work tonight? Sorry, I need a drink of some sweet tea. Alright. Alright, so this looks like the bonus content area because normally this game is like a hallway with cubicles.
I have to take my son to work at 1 a.m.
Do you like your new job? Yeah, this is normally what it looks like when you leave your office. So that's how you know you're still in bonus content. Now, last time I did the opposite of what he wanted me to do. He wanted me to go in there.
Stanley, come over here. In the vent. I want to show you something.
The reason I didn't is because it was a hole and it fell, so I went this way.
Oh, you don't want to see the cool surprise I made for you? Well, fine. You're a dork anyway, so who cares?
Yeah, see? Calls me a dork. Man, I know I'm a dork, alright? I'm nerdy. But yeah, you can see how easy it is that I would just not listen.
It's okay, but it's a lot to remember.
That's like most jobs. Like, that's the overwhelming part, is starting a new job and you have to, like, I don't know. You have to, like, be on your best behavior and make your best impressions and try to impress the right people and do the right things and not mess up, and that's the crappy thing. But once you learn the ins and outs of jobs, that's what can make it easier. I just hate, like, being a fake or being someone I'm not to try to impress anybody, or I don't know. Because for me, I think I'm a good person, and I'm very intelligent, and I do the right things, and I don't ever have the intentions of messing up or hurting anybody or doing anything like that. So when you have bosses that, like, seriously treat you that way, it just sucks. Like, whoa, dude, come on. You really think I am trying to do bad? No. So when I was the boss or the manager of people or training somebody, I was like everybody wanted me to train them and teach them stuff, and it's like probably because of how I am. But it's like I'm understanding and, like, patient, I guess. But I don't know. Some people just aren't. You ever, like, get trained by somebody and you're just like, they just are so irritated and, like, mad that they're even training you? You're automatically starting that employee off bad if you do that. Like, they're gonna not even really want to be at work if they know that they have to come and train with somebody that is just irritated at them. Anyway, I'll shut up now. Let's continue. But yeah, if you do get off, Maria, just let me know. That way I don't keep talking. But yeah, I don't know. What do you think of this game so far? Is what I've been telling you. So this is so far the beginning of that game. Oh yeah, that's right. I went that way last time. So this time I'm gonna go over here.
Oh, never mind. You're not a dork.
Oh yeah, I'm a dork. Alright, I'm gonna fall in the hole, see what happens. See if something different happens.
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past, and how much better the Stanley Parable
Well, I have seen my son play it.
So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret. Take a look.
Oh, your son played this game? Well, shoot, maybe he probably has a better understanding of what the hell is going on right now. I don't know if he did everything I'm doing right now, but it's kind of crazy. It's like a... kind of reminds me of like a Dark Souls type entryway.
I call it the Memory Zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC.
So yeah, this game came out on PC in 2013, I guess. I'm just always actively trying to figure out a path or a way to do things that is not what this narrator wants me to do. This is probably the bonus content, because there was really nothing on the path that you thought was the bonus content.
You see, Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap PlayStation port? Remember back in October of 2013, when the game originally launched? Back then, video games had integrity. Back then, it all meant something. Oh, the waste.
It's just had so many twists and turns. It's definitely a very unique and different game. Time, indoors monthly, shapes, graphs, National Geographic, cargo. Alright. I wonder if that's originally what the game looked like. Can't do nothing. 2014 Independent Games Festival. I mean, honestly, if this game came out in 2013, it was probably pretty revolutionary, because it kind of has like what all these new games now have, like a lot of bits and pieces that these new games just like kind of used, like the back rooms, and I've seen people play these games, but it's like where you're trying to go through different levels of a floor or rooms, but if you spot a difference, you're supposed to turn around and go the opposite way. So it kind of has, or you restart and you can't beat the game, so you have to find all the abnormalities. So it has a little bit of that to it. But this game's still very unique. I mean, I'm a gamer. I've been gaming since well before that, and I haven't played any games quite like this one. 2013. Is that the real time? No. That's pretty damn close, though. Yeah, that's 8:13, and it's 8:02 right now. And so that makes me wonder too, because when I started yesterday, it wanted me to enter the actual time, and I did, and nothing happened, nothing weird. And then today when I started up, it wanted me to enter the time again, and I did, and then this text screen come up, and it's like it's telling me next time I load the game, it says for me to just enter my favorite number for the time. And as a thank you, because most people just skip the time and leave it at 12 a.m. They don't even enter a time. So I'm wondering if you enter a specific time, something different happened. Maybe I'll just remember 2013, maybe. Oh wait, no, 2013, duh. That's when this game came out. Man. If anybody's watching, why didn't you guys stop me from talking? Making that big old long speech. 2013. 2013. Yeah, I'm stupid. Alright. Hey, took me a minute, but I got there. I figured it out. I just happened to see that mind control facility. That looks very similar to one of the rooms that I've seen in this game. Does that say the memory zone temp? Oh yeah. There's the room I found last night that has all the screens, and on the screens it shows all the office numbers. Buy pressurized gas. Doesn't really make a lot of sense. Can I go in the store now? No. Okay. Now, I'm wondering if there's more Polaroids that pop up on this wall depending on what I've done before I got to this point. Because I think I've seen all of these things. Except for like this red room. Unless that's the boss's office or something. I don't know. Smile, because it happened. A trip down memory lane. They did a pretty good job with that dollar. What do we got? Okay. I need to start interacting, make sure. Unachievable. It is impossible to get this achievement. Huh. So this game makes you think too, like, if I do this, will this happen? Or what happens if I keep defying the narrator and doing the opposite? Is he going to keep resetting the game, or is he eventually going to give up and let me continue? And it shows a phone, so I need to remember that. It's like an outlined in white and black interior. Go outside. Don't play for 5 years. Well, that's going to be hard to get. I probably will forget about this game in 5 years. I probably won't forget about it, but something will remind me of it. But okay, what we got? Nominee, March 12th, 2014. Okay, it says the same thing. New video game releasing today. I mean, honestly, this game probably was pretty ahead of its time when it came out in 2013. If you guys are watching, if you know any other games that came out when this game came out that were similar, just let me know, because I don't think there was any. Is there a picture right there? What is that? What the hell is that? Is that like a little gerbil? Listen to the music. In loving memory of little Stanley. Is that little Stanley? Little mouse, or what the hell is that? Some French music? Oh, I didn't even notice there's a piano up there.
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism, 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim. It was Persona 3. It was all of them. And now, it's nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk
Now,
Closest
a
cousin would be
lifeless
Dear
husk
Esther.
with an hour of new elevator content.
Why did I just hear... Okay, that freaked me out. I heard a door open. Okay, so I just briefly scanned over that, didn't really see anything. I don't think I've been in that area before. The original... Yeah, if you guys are watching and played this game, let me know. Is this game... Is that picture kind of closer to the original? Person of the Year. Alright, I just know if I walk in through here, the door's gonna shut, so let's just check. Memory zone maintenance. Alright. Seems kind of suspicious. Can I turn that valve? Alright. Yeah, that's a sweet car. I mean, I didn't have a PC. Well, I did, but I didn't game on it. I've always been on a console, but I've never heard of this game. And this game is free this month, so... 29... Your number is 29. I was like, what the hell does that say? I'm kind of far away from my screen, but first I thought it said like Timberwolves 29, like a score. I'm trying to remember this stuff because there's the time that I entered numbers. Interesting.
Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content. All they had to do was transport it in pristine condition along to the PlayStation. Boom, done. And they couldn't even do that. Couldn't resist the urge to go meddling with a beloved franchise.
I mean, that's what always happens. Wow, just reminds me like how basic, I mean, that says boring. Meeting, gray, red. But yeah, it's just this games nowadays you can do a lot. It's pretty crazy. So what do I do? Do I that sound is me hitting the interact button. The serious room. Can I go back now? Go in the middle?
These were simpler times, Stanley. But I wouldn't give to go back, to have it all over again. Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here?
The hell is that sound? That is annoying. Is that the light? One soda machine. Come on now. You ain't even got no vanilla Coke in here. Soda pop should pop out. But yeah, man, $1.25. If anyone else was watching and you're as old as me, 42 or older, that's just a canned soda. Remember that stuff used to be like 50 cents. Sometimes 35 cents. If you guys remember that, let me know, because I do. Now, and a freaking 20 ounce was like $1. What the hell is going on here? Now I'm seeing the mention of pressurized gas a lot.
Oh no, oh God, no, Stanley. It's a collection of reviews from Pressurized Gas, the extremely popular online storefront for computer games. I haven't looked at these in years. I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here. Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they?
I don't know, buddy. Alright, Nigel. Shut up for a minute. Alright. Not recommended. Oh, we get one bad review.
Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny! I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
Honestly, though, without the narrator, I mean, this game would be still interesting, but you wouldn't know what the hell at all what's going on, or if you're making the wrong choice or the bad choice. So the narrator, he's doing a good job. Even though I'm choosing to act like he is annoying. I want to do the opposite of everything he tells me to do. Okay. I don't know, that generator looks like it's been in part of other games. It's very familiar. I can fully operate one of these. None of those can even go because none of them have gas, the propane tank on the back. I do keep seeing the umbrella symbol a lot. Could just be a copied texture, but alright, narrator, hit me with some lightning or something.
Okay, let's see what this one says. While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley, I'm not preachy, am I? You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me. Well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did. But maybe it wasn't.
Noodle.
Yeah. What an
Shaft?
awful memory to have to hold on to.
Is his name?
These black marks are my otherwise unimpeachable track record.
Noodle Shaft.
I feel like a failure. Like I let these people down. Perhaps the Stanley Parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remembered.
I don't know, man. I mean, it's... Oh, thought I heard a door. It's what, 12 years later? I don't know. It's definitely caught my interest, and you know, I play games, so it's definitely different than a lot of games that I play. I do wish there was a sprint button and a jump. I hate games that don't have a jump and a sprint. Now jump you can live without because it's just the developers are trying to not get you to jump on this crate and jump over there, you know. It's a way to having boundaries, but I still like a jump and a sprint.
What's this one got to say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening.
Well, that's kind of true.
I wish there was a skip button. A skip
That's...
button? Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have.
I mean, there's been a few times where I'm like, man, shut up. It's only because I've heard it before. Huh, alright. Well, let's see if there's anything behind here. Alright. Is this how
and
you get
here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop you forward in time so that the second my incessant droning starts to bore you, with just the push of a button, you'll have zipped right past
18?
it. It's what the players have been asking for, and I'm very proud to have delivered.
Skip.
Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes and lengthy...
Skip.
Well, there's
That's
sport.
funny.
You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's...
Skip.
Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say
Yeah,
that the
the
amount
door's
of
gone.
time the button has been
See?
skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was...
I wonder if there's one
I want
behind
to say
a door
maybe
behind here
30,
now.
45 minutes? It's not unendurable
Okay,
by any
gotta go
means,
skip
but
again.
well, there's really only so much I can ramble on to myself about. Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours. You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really, truly getting longer, and my God, there's no way out of the room.
That's because you keep talking.
Stanley, you're back. You're back. Oh, my goodness.
Happy
I
now?
have someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week. Or 2 weeks. I've been sitting here all that
Still
time.
nothing?
Just sitting here. Not a single person to speak with. And you'd think that that's just how it's always been, right? Me talking and you saying nothing.
Yeah.
Would...
Skip. Wonder what happens if you just actually listen to it.
You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been through.
Yeah? Oh yeah? Really? What was that? Okay. Yeah, skip. Oh, now... Yeah, I figured that was going to happen. He's not going to say anything. I just heard the button depress, so let's go ahead and hit that sucker again. The clock's off the wall. The plant's broke. Oh, I guess it's been years now. Sounds like it's coming from the button. Still nothing back here. Alright. Or is it that? I can't do anything. Skip.
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said...
Skip. Back to not talking again. Is that like a vent or something? Did I notice that before?
The end is never the end, 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 is never the end.
I mean, I don't really want to try it, but what would happen if you just let them talk it out?
Is never the end, is never the end, is never the...
Back to silence. Alright, come on now. Okay. The wall's broken. I hear air, so is there a path now? Is there an outside world? I mean, you took the door away, so... Okay, well, press the skip button. I mean, I get it. I mean, I do. Time's passing. I get it. Got a scary zone now or something? Am I gonna skip and there'll be a monster here or something at some point? I don't know. Skip. Ah, the skip pulls down. Blow up the outside wall. Alright, so obviously I skipped all the way to the end of time. To where all life has gone. All that's left is sand and bone. Okay, well, now I just walk endlessly. Okay, I was like, I don't know if I see something out there or not. And we're back. The beginning of how this game begins. So, if you're watching, that was the bonus content, I believe. I'm not sure if it continues on from there. But probably going to call it for tonight. I'll have to jump back into this. It seems like it picks up from where you left off, and if I remember, I need to enter... I can enter the correct time, or I can enter whatever number I want when I start the game tomorrow. So if I play tomorrow, but if I do, I'll have another live going on. Come check me out. hit that subscribe, like button, hit some comments. Let's get some people talking in here. Let me know if you played this game before, if you like this game. Go out and check out my other stuff. Subscribe to me. Help me out, alright? But yeah, with that being said, this game is pretty sweet so far. I like it. I've only done everything this guy doesn't want me to do. So, I mean, I think there's only one other thing I haven't tried in the path of what he doesn't want me to do. So I might have to try that out when I first start tomorrow. But other than that, I think the only thing left is like to start going on the path he wants me to go. But if you guys hit some comments in here and let me know if you played this game before. Did you play the original? Is it a lot different from what you remember? I do think this game is a little bit ahead of its time, but I don't know. I haven't played too many other games even close to this, so anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed, and hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next one. And like I said, why don't you become a night owl as well and join me? Subscribe, hit that like button, help a brother out. I'll catch you guys next time. Take care of yourself. Have a good one.